there has certainly been people who have been arrogant and they've backed it up, but there's always guys who make claims and then they don't back it up. It just so happens that the Giants are fortunate right now.
They keep backing it up.
Right. But there has been recently, cases where people say blah, 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 and they don't back it up.
Yeah. Okay, narcissism is a protection from facing your shame, but it cuts you off from other people. Take it from me, I know. Rabbi Beryl Wine writes,
for instance, last year, I don't know if you remember, but the New York Jets.
Yeah, they talk big.
The coach,
they always talk big.
The head coach said they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
He's no longer there.
He's still there. Rex Ryan?
That was Rex Ryan who said that?
Yeah, he's still
I thought it was Mangione who said that.
No.
It was Rex Ryan?
Yeah.
It was Rex Ryan said we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Pharaoh assesses that Moses' demands are not serious, since Moses remains inflexible and not open to any compromise. Pharaoh also apparently believes that Moshe has run out of plagues to visit on Egypt. So people often say, oh, things can't get worse. Guess what? Most of the time, things can get worse. There often can be more plagues in your life or in your community or your country.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And people who won't compromise, just as often, they're strong as weak. Sometimes they're weak, sometimes they're strong. But just because they won't compromise doesn't mean that they're fools. Like Orthodox Jews, in many areas, they just will not compromise. That doesn't mean they're weak. Most of the Jews did not leave Egypt, and almost all of the Jews who left Egypt died in the desert. So people today ask me, Luke, why do you think so many people leave Judaism? I think they're asking the wrong question. Judaism is difficult and against our human nature. It should be taken for granted that in a free country like the United States, most Jews are not going to live out Orthodox Judaism. What Jews have now...
By the way, that's the reason why... the reason why that's the oaths. I told you about this before. You asked me many shows ago. You asked me a question of who was the first Zionist, and I said it was the Bnei Ephraim, the children of the tribe of Ephraim, and that's them. They left Egypt early. They died in the desert because they violated the oaths. That's who it refers to. It's funny that the person who brings this down is Beryl Wine, who's your Zionist rabbi. He just sort of glossed over the fact that that's the proof. We're supposed to wait it out. We're supposed to wait for the Messiah to come and not rush and go back to Israel right now.
What Jews have now in America is the best that Jews have ever had it in the diaspora in the last 2,500 years.
I hate that word, diaspora.
This is the exception in Jewish history. We will look back on this as a golden age, even though most Jews are assimilating.
Okay, can we take the word diaspora and remove it? Can we make a thing that we're not going to use that word anymore?
No.
Diaspora is a word that was coined by Zionists to describe life outside of Eretz Yisrael, of the Holy... Where are you going?
Oh.
You going to Tebow on me now?
Keep going.
Why don't you look less engaged?
Okay.
Can you look less engaged?
I'm listening.
Okay. That diaspora is a term that was coined by Zionists to describe land outside of the Holy Land. And they term their land as, oh, we're living in Israel and you're living in Galut. You're living in the diaspora. Yeah, you're still in Golis. We're in Eretz Yisrael. You're in the diaspora. And it's like, it's nauseating to listen to this because we're all in Golis equally. If there's no greater Golis, I will even go, than to live in Eretz Yisrael today, where you have the state of Israel sitting on top of it. Okay. And let me just say that, not just the state of Israel, the state of Israel where everybody runs around trying to act goyim. Okay, go ahead.
As you age, do your wrinkles curl up or down? A happy person has wrinkles that crinkle up. By age 50, most people are responsible for their face. Their choices are written there.
So you picked out 50 because I'm 50. So what do you think about my face? What does mine say?
I'm not going to comment on your face. You're my friend.
If you have something positive to say, you could say it. So you'd only not say something if it was negative.
No, you got...
Why did you pick 50 out? That's your second reference to 50 tonight. Because you said before that you're going to be married by the time you're 50, which was kind of a shot against me because I'm 50 and not married. Why don't you just say, I don't want to end up like Rabbi Rabs, a fucking single...
I don't want to end up like Rabbi Rabs.
You don't want to end up like Rabbi Rabs, who's 50, not single, is going to spend the rest of his life alone.
My dad said that by age 50, most people are responsible for their face. He said something like that. He might have said 40, or he might have said... I'm pretty sure he said 50.
Okay, so... Actually, you know what? I'm going to be honest. This is going to sound a little bit... It's going to sound a little bit... arrogant. But I'm actually pretty happy with my face.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of compliments from younger women who... I mean, I want to say 9 times out of 10, women of all ages do not believe I'm 50.
Yeah.
You know, and they will say you look anywhere from early 20s, late 20s, 30s. But the highest anyone ever thought I was, that I can recall, was somebody said you look 40. And that was the only time I've ever heard that. Nobody ever believes that I'm 50. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. You know? So that's like the one thing I have going for me.
My perception is that most Orthodox Jews are not happy. They're not happy about being Jewish.
I know that I'm not happy about being Jewish. Yeah. I will say it. The difference between me and other Jews
is you'll say it.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'm not happy that, you know, Esahu Asher Asamech B'Chelka. Who's happy? He was happy with his own lot. I'm not happy with my lot. How could I be? Torah says, you know, it's not good for man to be alone. If anybody who's a long-term single tells you that they're happy, they're either lying to themselves, lying to you, or both. It would go against Torah for them to say, oh, it would defy Torah to say that, I'm happy even though I'm single by myself, living in a little box by myself with no woman. And it really doesn't matter how big the box is. It could be 100-room mansion, but if there's no woman in there,
what's the point?
It's just 100 empty boxes. Right, there's no point. You know, so am I happy? No. Go ahead.
So do you think non-Orthodox Jews tend to be happier than Orthodox Jews?
I will tell you this. People who have a partner in life, you know, they have a wife, they have a husband, they have, they're living together.
Yeah.
They're going to be happier than us, Luke.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what religion they are. It's just a simple fact of life. It's no good for man to be alone.
Now, our community at Pico Robertson seems to me happier than the more traditional Orthodox community of Fairfax La Brea, in that people in this community, they're more likely to, go somewhere skiing. They're more likely to take, a nice vacation.
Does that make them happier?
Yeah, I think it can. They're more likely to, go to the movies, go to a show, go to a concert. Not a Jewish concert, but like a regular concert. They're more likely to, enjoy life. They're not as religious. That's my perception.
But does that make them happier?
That's just my perception. I could be totally wrong.
No, I would say
totally wrong.
I would say that the people on this side are more likely to go to ball games and not have any guilt about it, and go to ballet and do these things. Where some of these things are halachic shilas, because it says like in Moshe Leitzim Lo Yashuv, it says you shouldn't be with the goyim and sit at their stupidities and get involved in all that, right? But that's a halachic issue, and so they're more casual with that halacha, whatever.
And they're more tolerant. They're more tolerant in this community. They don't bother you. Do you want to go surfing? You go surfing.
I told you that the first day I met you. I said, I can't pull off my shtick on the other side of town. I can't, in the middle of the day, just walk down there with my thongs on and my t-shirt and put the surfboard on my car and head to the beach. Exactly. Some yenta's going to come up to me, what are you doing? What's with the surfboard? Are you a rabbi? What do I have to do? I don't want to deal with that. So on my side of town, it's like not a big deal. It's like, hey, Rab's going surfing. Yep.
Yeah.
It's like no big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal. Do it all the time. Now, the question is, does that make me happier? Does that make them happier?
I think so, but I could be wrong. But
can a person be happy? They have a wife, they have kids, they're happy with them, whatever, right? They're having a wife, they have great sex every night, and they just don't go to concerts or they don't go to a ball game. Does that mean they're any less happy?
Mm-hmm. Who do you think will get married first, you or me?
You.
I think so.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm probably never going to get married.
Yeah, you're probably never going to get married.
I'm probably never going to get married. So if, it can't be me, so it has to be you. You may not get married either with this blog. This blog's done so much damage to your life. I don't know if you're getting married either. Okay, go ahead.
So no accomplishment or victory is permanent. We can devote our lives to building up something only to have it fall apart. In fact, everything we build up will most likely